Okay, YouTube, just a quick video follow up on divergence. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you how you can filter out um, whether you have divergence or not to know, because if you're just trading this and say you open up the chart and none of this has happened yet and you about right up in here, you know, so you're looking at the chart and you're trying to see divergence. Okay, so let's start here and try to dissect it like this. All right, so what I do is I look for the highest point on the chart or the lowest point wherever I'm in, whether I'm in premium or discounted areas. In this case, since we're in the top part of the screen, I'm you know I'm imagining that we're in premium areas, right? Okay, so all right, look at this point right here. All right, I'm gonna draw an arrow to it right here. This would be the highest high before all of this, right? Okay, so we got that right there, right? Okay, so this is this right here on the RSI. So I go here and I mark this on the RSI right here. Okay, right there. All right, so I'm gonna put I'll be trying to get these lines just as straight as I can. It's just a habit, but it look like it's tilted. All right, so I'm gonna label this high on the chart. Okay, so all right, that's the high on the chart, right? All right, so what we want though, we got that as the high on the chart, but what we want is for the we want this. If we were looking for divergence, we would want the high before this high to be the high on the chart, and this be the low on the RSI. You get me? This would be the high on the chart and the high on the RSI, but this over here will be the low on the RSI, right? So we looking for it like immediately, like right next to it or whatever. All right, so look, right here, we got the high on the chart. We got the high on the chart, and the following structure here, high or whatever, is lower. Okay, so this right here would have gave us a trade. Yeah, would have gave us a trade. Say we would have got in, say right here. Let's see about how much we would have got off of that. If it would have been a 2 to 1 or not. Okay, say we got in here, right? So we push this back and we push this. Let me push this down a little. All right, say our stop loss above this high or whatever. See if we could have got a 2 to 1. Not quite a 2 to 1. Okay, not quite a 2 to 1. Maybe a 1 to 1. Would have got a 1 to 1. But we're looking for some good, some very, very good returns when it comes to divergence, right? Okay, so this right here wouldn't qualify as divergence. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an X here because this is not what I'm looking for, right? That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, then let's go here. All right, this is the high on the chart right there. Okay, this is the high on the chart, and this is the high on the RSI right here. Okay, all right, high on the chart and high on the RSI. So I'm not even gonna write that down. I'm gonna just, well, I will, so you can see it and you'll know it. High on chart, high on chart and RSI. And the RSI is this down here. this wave, this white wave right here. Okay, so the RSI tells you overbought and oversold. Okay, so if it's up here around the 80 mark or higher, is overbought, and if it's down here around the 20 area, this green line down here, it's over sold. So that's why I got it. This green line here would tell me it's just a psychology type thing to buy, and the red line would tell me, okay, it's about getting time to sell. So it's up here in this range, so I'm looking to sell. And anywhere in the middle, in between, it's almost like you in limbo, you know, because I got the 55 and the 45 here. It falls below the 45, you know, you can sell. Goes higher than the 55, you could buy. But okay, back to this part right here. All right. Now, the next point on the chart, we done had a drop, and we done had a pullback, right? We had a pullback right here. Okay. So I'm looking at this. This is not divergence here, right? So what I'm gonna do, I will go here, and I'll put an X here, because that's not divergence, right? Okay, so that's not what I'm looking for. Even though we got a little fall, here, but not enough to just be like, okay, I want to get in a massive trade or whatever. Okay, all right, then we coming over here. We're coming on over. Okay, now, can you see right here? This is the highest point. Highest point on the RSI right here. Right here would be the highest point on the RSI. Right? Okay. So we're gonna put on here highest on the RSI. Yeah, my typing mess up today. Like my hands point RSI. Okay. I'm gonna just put that there for a second. All right, right there, that's the highest point on the RSI. Okay. Now you see as price move up on the chart, you see that? We're going up, right? We're going up on the chart. But on the RSI, we're going down. You see? This is divergence, regular divergence. And what we do is, okay, we see the weakening momentum, correct? You can see this. Now, this right here is some good sauce, I would say, because a lot of people be looking to trade, and most retail traders are reversal traders, if that makes sense, because for some reason retail traders, well, beginner traders, have a hard time sticking with the trend. They're always looking to catch the lows and the highs, and you know, that's one thing that pretty much messes them up as beginner traders, because everybody want to catch the dip, or you know, catch the top of a trade or whatever. Okay, so when I see this right here, only thing you can see, that this point right here is the high, but it's low on the RSI. I'm gonna put that right there too. I'm gonna write that in right here. Low. I'm gonna say low but high on RSI. I know this kind of running together. It's kind of making it. I have to push this over, and I'm gonna push this down just a little bit. All right, so right here, that's the high on the RSI. High on the RSI. This is the high on the chart, and the momentum failed right there. Okay, so what I do next, when I see this all happening like this, I can either go with what we call an elimination trade, which is when this pullback candle right here breaks. When it breaks, I get in the trade. Okay, so say we get in a trade, we can get in a trade just like this, because this is a bearish pattern right here. Okay, bearish engulfing pattern. So what you can do is you can go short here. As soon as that candle break that low right there, which is that top candle, you can actually go low there. I'm gonna pull this down. So, oh, that's a lot. All right, and then put your stop above the high if you want. You know, you can put your stop above the high. What's recommended is to go for a 2-to-1. You know, that's like a 7-to-1. So a 2-to-1 would be right up in here. And you would get your profits if you, this is for scalping now, because this right here is the 1 minute chart. I usually be on the 45-second chart, but it works on all time frames. You can do this on all time frames. When I'm building a small account, this is what I do a lot of times, amongst other stuff, to build a small account faster. When I got time to sit at the charts and just be like, okay, this is going to be a trading day. I'm going to watch the chart, and, you know, about as long as you can stay up, because, you know, you get sleepy watching charts, right? All right, so you can do a elimination trade, which is a break of structure, as right here, a small break of structure, and collect your 2-to-1. But me, you know, I do it like that sometimes when I can see it. But if you want to be more conservative and wait on the signal and everything like that, you turn on the dots. My mentor Russ dots, turn them on. Boom, we would have got the signal right here on this candle, right here. So we would have went short right here and put our stop loss above the dot or above the high. Now, sometimes it depends on how I feel, if I believe in this a lot. And most of the time, I'm going to put it above the high. But I put it above the dot. Now, you can follow along with the dot right here. And all I went for was a 1 to 3. I didn't want no more than a 1 to 3. That's all I went for, because a 1 to 3 was getting me right here at this structure right here. That's all I really got from it, a 1 to 3. So if you just imagine, if you're risking $100 here, you win 300 here. You risking 1,000 here, you win 3,000 here. You're risking 5,000 here, you win 15,000. Okay, so that's how it goes when, you know, you're doing your risk or whatever. But, you know, I turn on the dots for confirmation, and I watch the trade play out. Now, this is NAS 100. It's an indice, so it's not a forex pair. It moves fairly decent when it comes to divergence and everything. And I'm not suggesting, you know, you go out and just, okay, I'm gonna go trade divergence on NAS 100. You want to back test to see if you got it, to back test and forward test, and, you know, do it in hindsight and everything like that, so you can see that you got this. Practice it on demo. Don't just try to, oh, I done learned a new strategy, let me just jump out there and throw some real money in this market and lose it all. Because trust me, you will lose it. And I mean lose it all. So, and then you'll be like, oh man, that don't work. He showed me it worked. You know, that don't work. I ain't doing that no more. Then you own another strategy, and then, you know, you in this never ending cycle trying to find the holy grail. And there's no holy grail to trading. Absolutely none. I've been trading a good long while, you know, since like 2015, trying to, you know, build stuff that actually works. And with the help of my mentor, Russ, and everybody, you know, I can pretty much go into the lower time frames and take the money I want at will. So that's a good thing. And all you have to do is, you know, study, back test what I'm showing you here, and, you know, you can pretty much do the same. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you're looking to get into Discord or looking to try to, do something else, build a skill that, hey, pay the bills, join the Discord or, reach out to me on social media, Facebook or Discord. That's all I got for you. All right.